If you have a dog who basically pulls your arm out of your socket every time you go out for a walk and is always chasing, pulling, or lunging towards kids, other dogs, or smells whenever he's out on a walk and on his leash with you, then what you might not know is that one of the biggest reasons dog lovers are never able to successfully break their dogs of their pulling habit is because pulling is what they call a self-rewarding behavior, meaning that every time your dog pulls on his leash with you when you're out on a walk with him, almost all leash training that you've ever done up until that point is totally wiped out. It would be like if you've ever known an alcoholic who was doing really great at their job of finally getting sober and cleaning up their life, and then one weekend they get around the wrong crowd of people and they have a total relapse because they fall for the "I'll just have one" lie. Well, guess what? Dogs have this same relapse problem too when it comes to their leash training. So what I wanted to show you today is a really clever little collar that makes it so dogs don't relapse and they don't end up wanting to pull on their leash when they wear this particular collar. And it uses no nasty punishment, it uses no pain techniques, there's no batteries hiding in here to shock your dog or prongs or anything like that. And it works because just like a halter on a horse works, where just the collar's design allows a rider to control an animal's head, and that animal could be 10 times larger than the person controlling it, that same design works on dogs, only it works even easier because it's easier to control a smaller animal. So what I want to do in this video is I want to show you how this cool little collar works. This is a clip with me and my golden retriever Tucker, who, as you can see in the footage, really wants to chase and run with my daughter as she's going on her bike ride with us here on our morning run. Now notice how he's going to the end of the leash every time the leash is taut. My hand's fully extended, he's all the way at the end, and if I were to turn up the audio, do you hear how he's actually choking himself as he tries to pull towards my daughter? Well, watch what happens as soon as I start to use this cool collar on Tucker. He starts off wanting to pull like normal, but when he gets to the end of the leash this time, the collar pulls his head to the side, not constricting around his neck. And I don't have to do anything. I'm not yelling. I'm not making the dog feel any pain. And it doesn't work right away, but after just a few seconds, look at how little pressure I actually have to use on my dog to get him to stop pulling. I am literally only using one finger, where before he would have ripped that right out of my fingers and right out of my hands if I were to hold the leash that lightly. But it gets better because after about 2 more minutes of him testing this product's boundaries, right? Like, how does it really pull my head back every time? Once he realized, no, it really does pull my head back every time, look at how Tucker started to behave. Running right by my side, tons of slack in the leash, all while my daughter is baiting him out in front and he's wanting to go after her. And it's super cool because before I started using this product, my daughter was always begging me to come on my runs in the morning with me and go on this bike rides and we could have time together, but I had to always tell her no because I didn't want her bike ride to make Tucker's leash training relapse. So I always had to pick daughter or dog, daughter or dog. I could never have them both. So with this collar, now I can take them both, which is pretty cool, right? So if you too would like to get the kind of results that I was able to get with Tucker by using this cool collar, where his leash pulling habit is almost completely eradicated in a matter of minutes, then what you want to do is click the link below this video. On the next page, choose how heavy your dog is so we make sure we can get you the right type of collar that's the right size, that's fitted best for your dog, and we'll ship you one of these collars out to your door. Just remember, if your dog struggles with leash pulling, it will not only never be fixed, but it will actually continue to get worse and worse and worse if you keep letting him get away with pulling and fail to stop every attempt when he pulls. Which is why this collar is so helpful, because it stops 100% of your dog's pulling attempts, making it so his training never regresses and he never relapses, which makes it the fastest way to start enjoying pleasurable walks with your dog. So if you are serious about breaking your dog of his stop pulling habit, click the link below and pick up one of these halter collars today. You won't believe how this changes walks with your dog.